All right, so in this lesson we're going to be talking about volume. Now, volume is the equivalent of area but in a three-dimensional shape. So a two-dimensional shape has the area, for example, rectangle where we have the length and the width, right? So width, length, and then the area is equal to the length times the width of the shape. Now, when we have a three-dimensional shape, what we're doing is that we're taking the area of the base. In other words, we're taking the area of the two-dimensional shape at the bottom, and then we're multiplying by the height. So we're basically layering that rectangle 3 times. And so here's exactly how it works. Now, volume for most is base times height, where the base is the area of the area of the base. In this case, we've focused on whether the base is a rectangle, a square, a circle. And so some shapes are going to be different depending on what they are. But if we look at these first three, or these first two, they're rectangular prisms. So the base is a rectangle that is 4 by 6. So to find this, 4 times 6 is equal to 24. Now to find the volume, we need to multiply by the height. So 24 times 3, which ends up giving us 72. So the volume here is equal to 72. And that's essentially how volume works. Now, if we actually put a formula to this, we would say that volume is equal to the length times the width times the height. So we have our width of 4, of the length of 8, and a height of 4. Now again, the order doesn't really matter since we're multiplying here. So we could just say 4 times 4 times 8. 4 times 4 times 8. Now when we multiply those two together, we get 128. And so depending on what we're measuring, one thing I forgot to mention, depending on what we're measuring, we're going to say that it is in centimeters cubed because we're multiplying 3 different types of centimeters 3 times. Just like over here, our answer was 72, and it's going to be expressed in inches cubed. Area is usually expressed in centimeters squared, inches squared, things of that nature. Now let's look at this example where we have a cube. Now the formula is the same here. Length times width times height, which is 8 times 8 times 8. Now we can actually express this in another way. We can actually say that this is equal to 8 to the third power. Or another way of saying is 8 cubed. This is where the term cube comes from. When we cube something, we are finding the volume of a cube with those sides. So 8 times 8 times 8, or 8 cubed, is equal to 512. So looking down here, even though this technically looks smaller than the one that we just did, but it's measured in different things, 11 millimeters. So 11 times 11 times 11, or 11 cubed. So 11 cubed would be equal to 1,331. Now this looks like it's in millimeters cubed. So 1,331 millimeters cubed.